Hello, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Coffee and Conversations. Again, my name is Jocelyn Jones, and I am the CEO of Learning Through Playdates. So I just want to welcome you guys for again coming out, sharing this time with me, and also to gain information about um, topics in early childhood and also those topics that influence our Learning Through Playdate program. So thank you so much. Again, I know that it is late in South Africa, but it's still pretty early here in the States. It's about 2:06 right now. So we're still pretty early in the afternoon. People still going at work. It's lunchtime right now, and I know some of you guys are at dinner or finishing dinner. So I just want to again thank you for your time. I hope you guys can hear me okay. Thank you for your time, and also just want to create a sharing space with you guys. So I'm just going to give a little bit of background about me. Also, if you are in the WhatsApp group, parents, if you want to come in and join us or join me in Zoom, you could definitely click on the link and I'll let you in. We love to have conversations. If you want to ask any questions, um, you can go to the YouTube link and also comment in the chat, or you can comment in the WhatsApp as well. You can also if you have any questions there afterwards with coffee and conversations, you can also leave comments after the video in WhatsApp in our Learning Through Playdate groups on Facebook as well. So thank you again, guys. So again, I'm going to get started and just start to just talk about myself and my position in early childhood. And so, again, my name is Jocelyn D Jones. I am the CEO of Kappa Learning Group, which is an online training and consulting firm where we educate, share, and empower. I am affectionately known as a knowledge giver. I am the sage of early childhood education. I share, I teach, I educate, and I empower early childhood practitioners and professionals to create powerful and impactful learning spheres. So that is what I do. I do a number of things in early childhood education. I am a online professor at Ashworth College. I also am a early childhood provider. I'm just not teaching and sitting in positions where I am not in the field, but I am actually a servant in the field of early childhood education. And and I also teach early childhood education, and I'm also approved trainer here in the state of Georgia and also Michigan. And so I can go on and on, but I'm not going to go on and on. But at the same time, if you need consultation in early childhood, you need direction in your career, you would like to you know, become a professional child care sitter, a nanny, be an online instructor at Learning Through Playdate. I would love to help you achieve those goals and any goals that you set out because your personal and your career goals must align. You must find balance. You must have alignment. And sometimes life can throw us, curveballs. So we need to reach out to people who can bring balance. And I'm that person. I can bring a balance to your career. I can give you knowledge, and I'm very creative. So I love to create. I love to teach early childhood. I love to hear stories centered around early childhood and help early childhood professionals and practitioners be the best that they can be within themselves because we're only in competition with ourselves. Okay, so that's really important to keep in mind. We shouldn't look at other people, what they're doing. We should be focused on us. Our center is us. And if we are not centered, then we will bring imbalances in our careers and in our personal lives. So everything is about alignment. And so, with that being said, I would like to go ahead on and get started with our topic for today, which is coffee and conversations, identity safe classroom. So we're just going to focus on that for a little bit. And again, if you have any questions, please let me know. Miss Moyo, if you are, if you hear me, hey, if you want to come into the chat, let me know, chime in and come on in. I'll let you in. So we're going to get started. I'm just going to, um, I'm going to just turn my video off so you can focus on the PowerPoint. Okay. I want to make sure that let me reshare, uh, let me reshare my screen. I want to make sure that you guys can see it. So, is your child's cultural identity safe in the classroom? So, identity safe classrooms is a big topic right now. It is trending because of the climate in which we live in. We do live in a very social, a very cultural, also biased, stereotypical society, and it reaches all over the globe. It's not just in the States, but it is everywhere. And so we also have early classrooms everywhere across the globe. And so it's so essential that we provide safe spaces for our children to who are minority children. You know, they have a space in which they feel safe, that they feel loved, that they feel cared for, and that they are valued. So that is what identity safe classrooms are about. And here at Learning Through Playdate, we definitely hone on identity safe classrooms because we feel that everybody is special. Everybody has a place. Everybody voice should be heard. Everybody should have a sense of belonging and feel that sense of belonging. See that sense that feel of belonging. And we do that here at Learning Through Playdate. We do not negate anyone. We have we open our doors to various types of cultures and groups and identities. So that's really important because children need to understand who they are in the world. And they do that through the eyes of the adults and caregivers in which they feel comfortable with, or who are very, very prominent in their lives. So, you as parents, as teachers, you guys play a very important role in the lives of children, and your ideas and your ideologies about them weigh heavy. It weighs very heavy, and they internalize these things, right? So it's important that we foster positive um, ideas about our children, that we help them and guide them into the best self that they can possibly be. And so we have to keep those things in mind. And I know it's very hard to rear children. It's very hard to teach children at some point in time. We have those challenging kids. We have challenging parents. But we have to learn how to respect. It's a line of respect. Respect the children, respect the parents, and vice versa. The parents should respect the teachers, and also parents should respect the teachers as well. So it's just really a line of respect, a circle of respect for everyone. Respect should go 360. It should reach everyone. Everyone should feel respected. In their diverse places or spaces in which they take up. So that's really, really important. So we do foster identity safe classrooms. Now I want to tell you how we conduct identity safe classrooms. And I know that this term may be new to some, or some people may already understand what identity safe classrooms really are, and that is great. If you have heard of identity safe classrooms, in the chats or in the WhatsApp groups, or in Facebook, if you're on Facebook, just kind of type in what identity safe classrooms are if you have heard that term. What is that? What does that mean to you? Um, in terms of this terminology, and it is a very trending um, point of view and concept in which we use in the classroom. So if you have heard of that, just kind of put your thoughts into identity safe classrooms. If you haven't heard of it, and me just explaining, you can also expound your ideas as well on the explanation that's been given. So there are four ways in which we can create identity safe classrooms here in Learning Through Playdate. So the first is number one is child centered teaching. And so Dr. Vargas talks about child centered teaching as a very important factor in our classroom environment. So, how can we foster, child-centered teaching? And the first thing that the main thing that we do is give autonomy to children. We want to give them a voice. Children do have voices. It used to be a time that old folks would say, children should be seen and not heard. But with further research about early childhood and child development, that conclusion of children should be seen and not heard is definitely false. So children should be seen and heard. Everybody wants to feel inclusive. Everybody has a voice, and and people want you to listen to their voice. Even if your voice is opposing to what you believe, it's information out there. So children constantly in the classroom gives information to adults. We can learn from children. And I know, as parents and as teachers, you guys definitely, day to day see how children interact. You find new ideas and how they see the world. So children constantly teach us. It's just not us teaching them, but they also teach us. And so it's important to promote, autonomy in your classroom. It's important because it does promote, responsibility. It promotes them to feel as though they belong to a group. So that's really important to foster. So child-centered teaching is really important. And also child-centered teaching is really about letting the child lead in the classroom with the help of teachers. You're still guiding the teacher, uh, guiding the child and guiding them through their interests. Perhaps little Johnny likes to play with blocks, and so he really doesn't like to play with anything else. But he's led by how he feels naturally through play. And so he loves to play with blocks. So as a teacher, in Learning Through Playdate, we will focus on his block play. Give him assignments or challenge him in building certain blocks or using certain blocks to build certain objects, or giving him different type of blocks to challenge him, so he doesn't use the same blocks over and over again. So those are some things that we can do in child-centered teaching, even at home. A lot of you are parents who believe in home-based. So you want to have a child-centered environment in your home. You want to help them foster autonomy. Give the If they have a voice and say, "Mommy, I want to play with cars, or I want to play with the blocks." Listen to what they have to say and why they want to say it. Ask them questions. Engage with your children. Engage with your children. Don't have flat conversations with your children because they do have minds and they absorb much information. And so you want to see the information that they are absorbing through your actions and what they see with you every day. It's important to question them and see how they're absorbing the information that's around them. So ask questions, be straightforward, ask questions, respect them in that aspect. So that's really, really important to do. Okay. So even in your homes, you can foster child-centered teaching. So in Learning Through Playdate, we have the Playdates Live, which is an online preschool where you actually interact with teachers and do activities. The children do activities with teachers and so forth. And so, we have to make sure because we are online that we are fostering, these ideas. Okay. So that is child centered teaching. All right. So the next thing is number two, cultivating diversity as a resource. Cultivating diversity as a resource. So, first off, we would need to know what is diversity. If you know what diversity is, I would love to hear your comments. You can also comment again in any of the chats on social media. But what is diversity? That is the question. What is diversity? So, diversity is really the uniquenesses of human beings, and also acknowledging those diversities as something that should be valued, maintained, and celebrated. It is nothing that should be a burden to someone or something that you should disassociate yourself with because somebody has differences in their culture. Diversity is what makes the world so beautiful, so unique. And so we have to keep that in mind as we're in our classrooms. And here at Learning Through Play, we definitely keep diversity in the framework of our lessons, in our curriculum, in our just in our program as a whole, because we embrace diversity. We love the richness that it brings to our classrooms and into our programs. And we're so happy to be in South Africa to really hunt on the beautiful diversities of South Africa. It's so many wonderful cultural aspects that we can really dive into. The richness of South Africa is just beautiful. The people, and I just feel so, so, so honored and blessed to be a part of bringing Learning Through Playdates and launching it in South Africa. So that is just something awesome to me. So we definitely want to cultivate diversity, but in the classrooms, we can do that because we are practitioners, we are educators. But the question is, how can you, as parents, bring diversity in your own household? Because some parents, may want to teach their children using Learning Through Play curriculum. So, how can we foster that in the home? It's very simple. You can buy books. There are children books. There are culturally diverse. You can also, have children watch videos and cartoons that are culturally diverse. You can also just dive in deep into your own culture and allow children to experience what you grew up experiencing, those good experiences. To reach and dive deeper in their own culture. Keep your culture close to you. Keep your languages close to you. Keep your foods, your clothing, your native tongue. All of that is helping children to dive deeper in their own diversity and their own uniquenesses, and also allowing them to share those things with the world and the people around them so that they can understand who they are. So, just understanding who you are and, seeing yourself in that will help children to understand diversity and the uniquenesses that they have, and also introducing them to different cultures and different ethnicities. Even if they're homogeneous, if you live in a place where there's black people, but there's still diversity within black people. And especially in South Africa, you have a mixture of so many, dialects, languages, and so forth. There's still diversity, so you have to dive deep into that and allow children to experience those diversities. Okay, that's really, really important. All right. So that's how you can cultivate, uh, you know, diversity in your own household. Allowing them to see things, experience things. That is a way to do that. And YouTube has a wealth of resources in which you could use to open the world up to diversity for your children. Learning through Playdate is the primary solution for you to open up a world of diversity because we're going to be reaching so many people. We're going to be doing so many wonderful things that are culturally centered in our curriculum. So we'll open up a wealth of information for your children, a wealth of cultural diversity that you can dive into you yourselves as parents and see the world in a whole another perspective. And that is our goal. That is our mission here at Learning Through Playdate. Okay. The next thing that we're going to focus on is number three is classroom relationships. Classroom relationships. So it's really important here at Learning Through Playdates that we foster and build positive classroom relationships. Without positive classroom relationships, our foundation here um, will be faulty. It will be very, very faulty. Okay, so we have to make sure that our classroom relationships are top notch. Okay, we believe that our parents have a voice, our children have a voice, our teachers have a voice, and it's important for everybody collectively to listen to each other, to actively listen to each other, right? Because again, everybody wants to be heard. Everybody is important. And so, creating these deep dive conversations with our parents, having deep dive conversations with our teachers, at you as parents, is very important. And we have to create safe spaces, places and spaces of trustworthiness. We are as early childhood providers and teachers and professionals, we wear several hats, and a lot of our hats, define trust. Okay, so we have to make sure that you guys trust us enough that you can come to us about an issue going on in your family, whether it's good, bad, indifferent, an issue that's concerning you about the program, that you feel comfortable enough to give your opinion or your concerns, but we can't do that if we do not have close ties, classroom ties with our children and our families, and our teachers. So it's very, very important that we build those close relationships. So class relationships are important and promote positive interactions between students and teachers. So definitely we have to do that, especially if we're online. We have to be engaging with our children and our families, and that is why we foster parent coaching here in Learning Through Playdates. A lot of programs online do not have coaching and mentorship for parents. They want you to just buy the package, buy the membership, and leave you at bay, and that is not what we want to do here at Learning Through Playdate. We center ourselves. We deem it as very important that our parents understand our curriculum and know how to implement it. And we want to make sure that we support you in doing so. Okay. You can't do it by yourself. You need help, and we're here to help you in any way, shape, form, or fashion. So we do have a mentoring and coaching program, what we call parent hubs. Our parent hubs are key to classroom relationships. So when we say, hey guys, we're having parent hubs, we usually host them on Sundays, right before we start our new week, to give you insight, for you to give us insight on what you need in your uh, home-based learning environments, or what you want to see in our Learning Through Playdate live courses. We also educate parents on early childhood education, and we give certificates to the parents who have attended, the trainings or the also the parent hubs. We also have a certificate program, and in turn, you can also, if you wanted to, um, earn so many certificates in early childhood trainings here in Learning Through Playdate. You can also be an online instructor. So our classroom relationships go further than just the classroom. We want to meet you at your needs. We want to meet you in your homes, help you to further the educational goals and achievements for your children. So it doesn't stop in the classroom. It goes beyond the classroom. So it's really very important that we foster positive classroom relationships. Okay, so number 4, caring classroom environments. Yes, so caring classroom environments are just as important as classroom relationships. They go hand in hand. So you have to make sure that as teachers within here at Learning Through Playdate, we make sure that our passion for teaching is first. We have to be passionate about teaching, and so we have to be caring about teaching. We have to be empathetic to our families. We have to be culturally relevant towards our families. So it's very important that we do those things so that we can create a environment of care. Because especially during this time, with COVID-19, it has been very taxing on many parents. It has been something that has, really plummeted a lot of different industries. It has affected families because of the plummeting of different industries and businesses. It has affected our families, our children. So it's more important now than ever to foster environments that are that have close relational ties and also fosters a environment of care, right? So we definitely embody social emotional learning. Okay, we definitely believe that children have to be social and have positive social interactions to foster positive um, self balance and self regulation. Okay, self balance and self regulation is basically putting your emotions in check. Children being aware of them being happy, being aware of them being sad and why they're sad and why they're happy, and why they are emotional. We have to make sure that children understand their emotions and how to navigate in the classroom on a social aspect. Okay. So that's really, really important. And also, just them being physically comfortable, even online, is it too loud? Is the volume too loud? Um, are we not doing enough activities? Physical activities to get the wiggles out, those things like that. So we have to make sure that children are physically comfortable, asking the parents, is the temperature in the house okay? He keeps sweating or he's always asking for water. Is the temperature okay? Making sure that those things are in check and helping you to maintain and bring a balance in your home so that they can be physically comfort you know so that is really important. It's vital to create a environment of comfort and safety for your children, whether it's online learning here at Learning Through Playdates or whether you are conducting um, Learning Through Playdates curriculum in your own home. It's just important to have a caring and comfortable and safe and loving environment. And again, Learning Through Playdates offer all of that. And also we offer again coaching and mentorships for our parents in all of our packages, in all our membership packages. So that's really, really important. Okay, let's go to the next slide. So this is a video on identity safe classrooms. Just to give a synopsis of identity safe classroom in depth, we're going to listen to Dr. Steele as she gives an explanation of that. We might not listen to all of it, but I will also put the link to identity safe classrooms within the social media so that you can also gain access to understanding identity safe classrooms.
Perpetrators are often alienated or scared kids or
Okay, I'm just making sure you guys can hear it. Okay, the sound is on. All right.
kids that are trying to upgrade their social status. And if the teacher can demonstrate that that's not the way it's going to happen here, that will help every.
Let me go back a little bit, guys. I'm sorry.
The teacher's job in an identity-safe classroom is to bring in the identities of everybody in the class, to make clear that who you are, what you know, what your family has been through, what you care about. These things matter in the classroom, and that we're kind of dealing with identities all the time. It's not just the negative effect when somebody does some name calling. It's educating all of us that no matter what your identity is, you have something to offer to this classroom, that we care about the histories of the families and the child. We care about their interests. We care about their experience. I think in classrooms there's too much focus on competition rather than cooperation, and with that comes a sense of winner take all, and instead of people learning from their mistakes and helping each other. So as many opportunities as possible to let kids show what they know, to bring their interest, to build on that, to work on building skills, for the teacher to show, I know you can even get better than that, to give students a chance to redo their work. That kind of thing that shows that we're not waiting to find the smartest kid here, we're trying to make every kid the smartest kid here. That helps not only the kids of color or from diverse backgrounds, but helps everybody in the classroom not only feel safe and valued, but come to a real authentic feeling that everybody in the classroom does matter. It's a way of sort of taking away reasons for prejudice. If the teacher appreciates what somebody from a different neighborhood than the majority of the kids has to offer in the classroom, it's important not just for the children of color, but for other students as well. We all belong here. We all have something to offer, and the learning tasks need to reflect that, who they are, that students can bring to the classroom what matters to them, their own curiosities and energies. When students call each other names or in some way put down a student in the class, it's really important for all of the students that the teacher respond to that situation, that she recognizes that both the perpetrator and the victim need help here, and to let everyone know that this is not the way we talk in our class, or the way we treat one another is essential for everybody's good feelings. Perpetrators are often alienated or scared kids, or kids that are trying to upgrade their social status. And if the teacher can demonstrate that that's not the way it's going to happen here, that will help everybody. We often think that we can exhort kids to do the right thing when it comes to racism or any kind of name calling. And I think that truly all these things working together, that is creating an identity-safe classroom where it's shown every day, every minute, that what you're doing here matters to our class, that you are important. Give students reasons not to need to bully, because they themselves, the potential perpetrators, feel more a sense of belonging. If the teacher can think about her classroom on a daily basis through the eyes of her students, what is it we're missing? What are we not addressing here? What are we not showing, throwing light on in the classroom? Who's this quiet one? Whose voice needs to be lifted up in here? She will have less negative things happening and a better social relationship, and I believe finally better learning and development among the kids. They will not be distracted with that their identities are a distraction, but rather a gift to the classroom. The idea of searching for what we now call identity safety came out of work on stereotype threat. And as we got clear that stereotype threat is something that is learned and that is in the environment, it's not in a person, but it's in the situations that they have to deal with, So, as in a collegial manner with Claude Steele and Hazel Marcus and a large district in California, we spent a year in the classrooms of teachers trying to see, kind of looking from the bottom up, what teachers do that may have more positive effects on students' liking for school and their performance on standardized tests. The idea being that what we know from stereotype threat about cues and contingencies, that is that the environment can either make a person feel safe and a sense of belonging and a sense of being valued in the classroom, or the opposite. What could it be? What could teachers do that would make a difference about that? We did observations in 82 classrooms in a large district, a very diverse district, and did observations 3 times in the year, and then did a student questionnaire to try to get information about what's going on in the classroom and the effects that it had on students. And we found finally that teachers who did a constellation of things that we're now calling identity safety, their students liked school more. They had a sense of wanting to go further in school and a sense that their teacher in their classroom was helpful to them. And they performed better on the state spring test. So that's a measure, not my favorite, but a measure that students' academic performance would be affected by what's going on in the classroom. So I would say that what our data revealed was this constellation of 16 things, but to make it easy, I think there's a huge focus on creating a sense of trust and a sense of well-being in the classroom through positive classroom relationships. That is, relationships with the teacher and her students and among the students. That a sense that if you're in trouble, you're having troubles doing things or learning things, or you've made a mistake, that it's not punishment, but or bad grades or failure, but that the whole point of this is to help people go forward and to learn. So building trust through those kinds of things, having a real opportunity for student voice to be in the classroom through their interests, to build on their interests, to bring what they know and can do into the classroom, to use those things in a way that promotes thinking and development. When we talk about using diversity as a resource, it's not just about the pictures on the wall, except those are cues and they matter, but it's a lot about having high expectations for everybody, providing a challenging curriculum and support that is needed for that, and bringing to bear what the child, where the child is into the classroom, and then building on that, so that it's not, we're not sorting and selecting, we're developing students, and that's a real different approach.
All right, everyone. This was a um, very powerful information from Dr. Steele to give you a synopsis of identity safe classrooms, and it goes so deep because every classroom is different. Every need has to be met. Every identity, every uniqueness is different. So all classrooms will not be cookie cutter. They're not the same because we're all different people, and we all have to meet children and families at their needs, and making sure that their identities are valued and maintained. So that's the beauty of it. It's almost like a fingerprint. Every fingerprint is different, and so every classroom will be different. Although we are all under the same umbrella with Learning Through Playdates, we have a master schedule. We have, uh, we're aligned. We'll all be aligned with the same lessons and activities from month to month and week to week. But at the same time, there are still uniquenesses that we can see because it's the people in which brings that richness and that diversity within the classroom, and that's the most beautiful thing. So identity safe classrooms, the whole concept is just phenomenal. And why do we use identity safe classrooms? Because it helps to eliminate biases and stereotypes, and help people and children and families feel have a sense of belonging. So identity safe classrooms in this climate, at this time, is so important. It's so very essential in our classrooms of today because so many things are going on in our marginalized classrooms, in our classrooms of diversity, that we have to have some kind of concept, some kind of um, ethics put in place so that our children and families are not overlooked and that they're valued and maintained and celebrated within the classroom settings. And that is exactly what Learning Through Playdate does. So as I've talked about earlier, and throughout our um, our session, our coffee and conversations, we talked about Kappa Learning Group or Learning Through Playdates. Kappa Learning Group is the mother company of Learning Through Playdates, and so with Kappa Learning Group, again, we believe in partnerships with our families, with our teachers and practitioners, but specifically with Learning Through Playdate, our parent hubs are here to be your support, to give mentorship, to coach, to educate, to support, to collaborate, to consult. Any of your concerns and, you know, feel your ideas and give you mentorship on how to uh, foster the curriculum, how to um, help you deal with certain aspects of parenting or, certain aspects of teaching methods that you want to implement in your own learning program. So, learning through playdates, parent hubs are very powerful spaces. And so, again, we talk about early childhood topics just as we're talking about now. Coffee and Conversations is a parent hub. We've asked parents gather on today and early this morning to learn about Learning Through Playdate and the powerful topics that are centered within this program. So, this is a form of parent hubbing. And so, just talking about identity safe classrooms and how we can implement that in the home and in our learning spaces is super important. So, as you can see, we are playing out parent hubs on today. And so we're educating you. We are collaborating. We give consultations in this area of expertise. We also support, we mentor, and also even with financial gains, we want to make sure that uh, you know we're not looking at the money aspect of learning through playdates, but we're really here to make transformations. Money, yes, is the bottom line, but that is not what we're chasing. We don't money chase here at Learning Through Playdate. We believe in transformations. We want to transfer. We want you to, uh, be a part of your child's transformation. We want to be the primary solution to their transformation in their academia. So, investments are very important, when it comes to your children and them obtaining high quality education, the type of education that Learning Through Playdate gives. So, investments are very important. And when you invest in something, you expect to see a return and a transformation. And that is what we do here at Learning Through Playdates. So, money is not a factor here. We can work with you as parents. We know that a lot of things are going on in a lot of people's lives that are quite taxing, especially financially. So we want to let you know that we will support you in that aspect. So that's what Parent Hubs do. You come to us, talk to us about what you need, whether it's financially, whether you need help in maintaining the social emotional aspect of your children, their education. You have some personal issues that you need help or coaching or mentoring in. We are here to help. We are your solution. We are here to help. It's about you, parents. It's about you and how we can help you and be a solution and be an extension to your family. So that's what it's really about. It's really building a community of engagement, of care, and creating an environment of powerful, positive, impactful relationships between Learning Through Playdates staff and teachers and parents as well, and other organizations too that are connected to our program. So that's what it's really about. The next thing that I really would love to really hone on tonight, or this evening rather, is what is learning through play. As you guys know, I know in South Africa there is going to be a migration of early childhood within the grade schools. So 0 to 3 will be actually in the centers, and then or in just in the early childhood arena, and then 4 and up will be in grade schools. So I attended um, a training on today, um, and it was very powerful. It gave me insight on the different um, trajectories and different moves in which South Africa's uh, early childhood education is moving towards. Even though, it is 0 to 3 for early childhood goes from 0 to 8 years old. So, well, it doesn't really matter where the children are placed. It could be in a child care center, or it could be in the school system, or in grade R. It really doesn't matter. Children from 0 to 8 years old are a part of early childhood education. And with that being said, I've also learned that they are moving towards the learning through play concept. This concept has been in the States for many decades. So this concept is not new to us. We have been studying this concept over 50 years or more. So this concept is definitely in most learning programs. Um, in most learning programs around the country. And we know through research that the learning to play concept and theory is something most essential to children 0 to 8 years old, 0 to 3, 0 to 5 years old. Learning through play is just as it is said. Children learn while playing. A lot of times we might view children playing, and that's all we think that's really going on developmentally. There are a lot of different skill sets and a lot of different information that children are receiving while they are playing. It is a way to discover the world around them. And especially in black and brown children, learning through play is something that is essential for their development. Here in the States, um, about 50 years ago, they did a study through the organization called High Scope. You may or may not heard of this organization, but they did a 40-year study in a state called Michigan in the United States. And they did it in low income areas in Michigan. And they did a study in child cares, studying children um, who participated in the high scope idea, which was basically learning through play, also using centers like your home living center, your block center. That concept uh, comes from the high scope idealism, um, with using centers in childcare, as well as Montessori as well. But with learning through play, high scope was a 40-year um, it was a 40-year research based in black communities, and they saw that children who learn through play or use the high scope concept, they were far greater achievers as adults than those who were in the other classrooms in the study that did not participate in learning through play and high scope. So, research has proven over and over again how learning through play is essential to children and their development. So when you see a child playing with the ball, they're not just playing with the ball. They are discovering a ball. It is something new to them. They are, discovering the fundamentals of motion and science and mathematics. They are also recognizing, different items and understanding the concept of movement in a ball. So they're looking at the shape, they're doing all these things. So a ball is just not a ball. So it is so important that as parents that you guys understand the whole concept of learning through play, especially if you um, have a child that is a minority child. This is most essential to their development. Um, Helping them to engage learning through play. It's not about them sitting at a desk and writing and learning to read. They have to understand how to do those things. You can't put the cart before the horse. You have to create skill sets and building blocks for them in order for them to learn how to read and how to write and sit down and use a pencil. That is not, about learning just sitting down with the worksheet and using your pencil. That's not that's that that is not that is not that is one way of learning, but that is not the key. That is not the key that opens the door. The key that opens the door to learning is discovery. Okay, let me say that again. The key to learning is discovery. And children watch, and children like to use their hands and do hands on activities in order to learn a certain concept. So, learning through play is the most essential way for children to grow, to think, to know how to operate in this world. Different skill sets um, are being maintained and obtained when children are learning through play. It is a type of language, it is symbolic to the world around them. So when they learn about the world around them, they're watching you as parents, they're watching us as teachers, and they're playing out these different social aspects. Sometimes you see children, they'll get a pot and pan and start stirring, and they might mimic how you stir the pots and pans or tell the kids to come here, or they may play school, and then they hold their book like their teacher, or start talking like their teacher, mimicking what they see. This is their language. They're playing out what they see, what they hear, what they feel, what they smell, what they see. This is key and essential for the development of children, and especially in our Black and Brown communities. So we want to make sure that we're not limiting our children when we are teaching our children. We want them to play and learn. That is the key here at Learning Through Playday. We foster this. We put this in our curriculum. It is our very framework here at Learning Through Play. And so, also in our curriculum or our lessons, when we meet online, we have at least 45 minutes of playtime for the children to play with blocks or play with their favorite toy, or we have guided play times. We may have a sensory um, activity that we do, playing with noodles, playing with um, slime, things of that nature. So they'll have a hands-on experience, and um, these are the most critical ways of teaching that children understand different concepts, is that they actually do it themselves. Learning is about being hands-on. Learning has to be something that you want to do. You know, it has to be something that you're willing to do. So we have to create opportunities for children to be willing to learn. And we do that through learning through play, through hands on learning. And so it's really great to see that South Africa is going towards this type of teaching method and allowing children to be children and to play. So Miss Moya, shared with me, her experience as being a teacher in the centers, and how she, being a teacher, the children never did artwork. You know, they may did writing and reading and do a couple of songs, but she said they didn't do artwork. They didn't explore with different art and do activities like that. So I was very, very surprised. I did not know that, learning through play was not something that was key in the early childhood communities in South Africa. So I'm just thankful that, I am here at this season to educate, share, and empower our parents and our early childhood professionals about learning through play. And we're doing this through the vehicle um, of our program here. So it's really, really awesome that we are here at this day and this time. All right, guys. So this concludes our coffees and conversations. And so I'm so excited about just talking with you guys. I know I said a mouthful because I always get excited about talking about early childhood and the things that are important in our industry and empowering our teachers and our parents. I want to open up this for Q&A. If anyone has questions, any questions on the floor, I will be happy to answer any questions that you may have. I think Miss Moya had sent me a text. Let's see. I'm just looking through the chat to make sure I didn't miss anyone. Um, Parents, if you are in WhatsApp, if you have any questions, you can definitely put your questions in the chat. Okay, so I'm looking through my phone with Ms. Moyo. Okay, how much is the course to be an online instructor? Okay, that's a great question. So to be an instructor, there are a couple of steps that we have to take in order to become instructors here on Learning Through Playdate. You want to submit your curriculum vitae or your resume, and so I will, receive that, give you a call, and just do a interview or a session to know who you are, and then we'll get into the online instructor. The online instructing training is $165 American dollars, USD dollars. And so that is our introductory rate. Usually it is 450, but we are doing a fast action um training price for $165, guys. So that's almost a $300 savings. And so if you want to be an online instructor, we would love to have you a part of Learning Through Playdates. With your online instructing, you will get training by me. Um, and also, you will learn the pedagogy of childcare online instructing as well. And also, you'll have access to our curriculum and access to our lessons and activities as well, and become a member of the Learning Through Playdates. Also, you'll get discounts on professional development that we have within the center. You'll also, well, not the center, but within the program here at Learning Through Playdates, you'll also have discounts on workshops, also conferences that I will host as well. You can also be featured on in conferences and present also. And so there are a lot of perks with becoming an online instructor here with Learning Through Playdate. So I would love uh, to meet you, whoever this is. I think they're in the WhatsApp group. So I'm just reading through what Ms. Moya is telling me. But I would love to meet you. You can send your application or your curriculum vitae to learning through playdates at gmail.com. Learning through playdates at gmail.com. Okay. Okay, we got a new parent in our group. Yay! And also to my parents who participated with our free classes from last week. Thank you so much. I have not forgot about your the certificates. I've been so busy, guys. But I am going to get your certificates out, so no worries. Also, I want to let you guys know that we are also having a 3-day boot camp on next week. It is going to be on the 25th, 26th, and the 27th. And that is free. So if you guys have not participated or you guys have participated in our last session for our 3-day classes from last week, you're welcome to join this week. Again, it's on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at I want to say at 4 o'clock. Let me see, 10. Yeah, at 4 o'clock p.m. We'll be doing our boot camp. It's 4 o'clock p.m. South African time, and then it's 10 o'clock, um, 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I got to get used to these time zones, y'all. I'm telling you, it is taxing to me. I'm super exhausted from back and forth in these different time zones, but I love it. So, again, next week on the 25th, 26th, and 27th, we'll have our 3-day fun boot camp. So, sign up today, guys. You don't want to miss it. Sign up today. You can DM us, and we'll give you the link to Learning Through Playdate, or you can go on www.learningthroughplaydate.org, and on the website, there is, if you scroll all the way down to the bottom to where it says events, you can go ahead and sign your children up there. Um, Let me see if I can just go online really quick and show you guys. Um, since I can share my screen. WhatsApp, I can't share my screen. So I love WhatsApp, but I can't share my screen. So that's really hard because I'm always filled with information and want to share. So that's hard for me. It's a great communicator, but um, doing lives and want to share my screen is not so great. But this is our website, learningthroughplaydate.org. This is our landing page. And so um, here, if you click here and learn more, this is just our informational page where we have information about Learning Through Playdate. The number here, we have the email address and so forth. Um, Information about identity safe classrooms. It's just a nice little general informational page. Okay. Um, but I'm going backwards. Okay, so here is our membership. So we have Learning Through Playdates Library. Our membership here, we have the Playdates Live. We have all the details about each one of the programs. This is our coming soon program, our community playdate groups, where we'll actually have, um, we're looking for nannies and all parents to conduct community playdates within the community, that they set up times and dates that they meet at a place like the grocery store, the park, and conduct their playdate groups here. Okay. Also, we have a pay as you go plan. So, if you just want to drop in your children or drop in your child just for the day so you can do some housework or, you need some time to yourself, or you're working at home and you need need the kids to be occupied for 2 or 3 hours or 2 hours, you can do play as you go. I just had a parent here in the States. Um, Her sister and her dad and her mom all had COVID, and her sister's kids had COVID. So they're at home quarantine, and she called me to help her nieces and I'm sorry, her nephews to get online and do Learning Through Playdate. So I had a Learning Through Playdate session on today. So, Learning Through Playdate is reaching parents and families who are affected with COVID-19. We're reaching people who just love home based learning, or just want to experience a different type of option of learning. And so, it was really, I was so happy that I was in a position to help, and that Learning Through Playdate was there to be their primary solution to their children until they can get on their feet and, start back into the school system. So we had a great session on today. And please make sure that, if you have any questions, submit your questions here. Stay in the loop, you guys. So we're going to start a newsletter very soon to give you information about Learning Through Playdate. So please, please, please sign up so you can see the different promotionals and discounts and workshops and trainings and so forth, and classes that we're going to offer for Learning Through Playdates. All right, so we're at the meat of where we need to go. So as you guys see, I scrolled all the way down, all the way down. And so here is our events. This is our free Playdates Live 2-day fun camp. So you just click here, and you sign up. You can sign up with as many kids as you want. Okay. And it's for free. It's free. So when you sign up, we'll give you the information on the supplies that you need for the 3 days, the art supplies, and so forth. So you just click this button and you'll get a receipt, and it'll tell you what to do. So this is our Playdates Live 3-day boot camp. If you have any questions or need some assistance, just let us know. And this is our photo gallery. We're going to be adding some more photos. So we have lots of photos to add. So we're going to be adding some. Ms. Moyo took some pictures from this Saturday, and we're going to be adding those if the parents allow us to add on social media. So this is our website. And then this is, if you haven't joined our Learning Through Playdate group, I'm sorry, it's loading very slowly, but this is our Learning Through Playday group here. If you haven't joined, please join our group. We would love to have you here. We would love to have you here. And this is our public group, and then we have also a closed group as well. It's Learning Through Playdates online, so you'll see both of them. Oh, both of them will pop up when you put the name in the link. So this is something that you can join, stay updated on all of what's going on in Learning Through Playdates, guys. All right. Okay, I'm just going to do one more look to make sure to see if we have any questions. Can you please make me a flyer for Learning Through Playdates with both WhatsApp numbers? Sure, I will do that. Definitely, 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 definitely. Okay. All right, guys. So if you have any questions, please again reach out to us, learningthroughplaydate@gmail.com. You can reach us at WhatsApp. My number is 678-754-3164 on WhatsApp. Um, and then again, you can DM us on social media on Facebook, Learn Through Playdates on Facebook as well. So thank you guys. You guys have been great. I thank you for your time. And I hope you guys have a wonderful and blessed week, a wonderful hump day tomorrow. We're almost through with the week, going into the weekends. I love you guys. Stay safe, stay sweet. And remember, Learning Through Playdate is where friends plus learning equals fun. See you guys later. Bye.